their last race of the weekend. It's the final. This is the big one. 2 formation laps, and then we'll be getting ready to go. Gabriele Mini comes into this, the championship leader. We spoke to him on the grid. He did his best, of course. There was a bit of a language barrier with Gabriele Mini, but he did a really good job, I think. It's a really good job that all the drivers do. I think some of them don't have the best of, can't understand the best of English, but they all do a good job. They all try their best, and it's good that they're all up for speaking to us. So let's bring you the grid then. Gabriel Bortoleto is going to start from pole position. Alongside him will be Hadrian David. Row 2, Paul Aron and Luca Griggs. Row 3, Gabriele Mini and Kai Aski. Row 4 will be Josh Dufek and Kittle Small. And row 5, Nikita Bedrin and Loris Cabarrou. They are the 10 drivers that scored points in the championship. Row 6 will be Francesco Pizzi and Delano Van Hoff. Row 7, Rafael Chavez Camada and Lawrence Van Hopen. Then we have row 8, Dino Begnovic and Zach O'Sullivan. Row 9, Marcus Armand and Lorenzo Fluxer. Row 10 will be Taylor Barnard and Sebastian Ojard. Row 11, Victor Bernier and Ben Doer. Row 12, Alex Dunn and Georgi Dimitrov. Row 13 will be Daniel Breeze and Conrad Lawson. Row 14, Isaac Hajar and Vlad Lomko. Row 15, Santiago Tracini and Maya Martin Weng. And then it's Joseph Knopp and Tyler Maxim with Enzo Trilli and Jack Crawford on the back row. Here we go then. When we come up to the line, it will be Gabriel Bortoleto to your left and Hadrian David to your right. Will we get away first time? Yes, we do. We're off. Oh, no. Maybe not. Full start. So it's a full start then as they come across the line. Full start. So we go round one more time to bring you the championship standings. Well, Gabriele Mini has 51 points, Paul Aron 44 points, then it's Kai Aski 37 points, Delano Van Hoff, Gabriel Bortoleto, has 36 points, and it's Delano Van Hoff with 35 points. That's the top 5 in the championship as it stands. As they come round turn 8, they're going to get ready to go racing for 22 laps. It's going to be hugely physically demanding for them. 22 laps of racing around this very demanding circuit. Over the chicane, that is one of the toughest corners through there actually. Then this is where it could be decided on the 22nd and final lap of the race, going down towards the final corner. Nerves will be rising not only on the circuit but around the circuit as well as we get ready to go racing for round 3. Bortoleto is to your left and David to your right. Here we go down towards turn number 1 for the first time, and Bortoleto leading the way, going straight into second place is Paul Aron. Looks like Hadrian David has dropped to third. Luca Griggs is there in 4th place as they go through the left-hander. Kai Aski is 5th. Gabriele Mini is in 6th place. Loris Cabarrou is in 7th place. Downhill they go, and then they climb back up to turn number 8. Behind Cabarrou, it looks to be Nikita Bedrin. Then behind that, we have Kittle Small, I think. Is it? No, it's not. He's way down the field. Sorry. Oh, and a change there. Luca Griggs down the inside of Hadrian David, and out front, Paul Aron goes for the lead on the first lap into the last corner. Paul Aron takes the lead away from Gabriel Bortoleto as he sets up to try and take his championship lead back from Gabriele Mini. Round the first corner they go for the second time. It is Aron from Bortoleto and Griggs Griggs and in towards turn number 6, the right-hander, then they drop downhill, very steep drop that down towards the left-hander at turn 8. Hadrian David is in 4th place at the moment. He's under pressure though, of course, from Kayaski, and behind Kayaski then just trying to identify, I think it's Gabriele Mini, then Cabaru, Small, Van Hopen. Van Hoff was your top 10 at the end of lap number 1. Round the last corner and up towards the start finish straight we go. Paul Aron then is heading down towards turn number 1 with a gap of only about a 1/10.5 from Gabriel Bortoletto and Luca Griggs. Then it's a gap from Luca Griggs back to Hadrian David, then Kayaski, then Gabriele Mini, then Kiddle Small. Lawrence Van Hopen is up 6 places, then it's Delano Van Hoff and Loris Cabaru. Quickest on track currently is Hadrian David as he attempts to close down the top 3. David has a gap of about 0.5 of a second to catch. Over the chicane they go for the 3rd time of 22. Just trying to see if we lost anyone. It looks like every single driver is still circulating. Biggest mover so far is Jack Crawford, who is up 7 places to 27th, but he used a new set of tyres before the final, so could suffer from that later in the race. As on screen we briefly saw the trio of Gabriele Mini, Kayaski and Kiddle Small. Looks as if there's been a change in that group. So it was Kiddle Small I identified a few laps ago. My apologies to him if I said he was down the order, but I did identify him and then got him mistaken once again. But Kiddle Small is there in 7th place as they head down towards the chicane. Just trying to see if everyone still is going round. Okay, they are, but Paul Aron leads, Gabriel Bortoletto, Luca Griggs is in 3rd, Hadrian David is 4th, but he's got to be careful because Gabriele Mini is starting to set fastest lap times as they head in towards turn number 1 for the 5th time. Aron's lead is only 2.5 tenths, but Bortoletto is now the man to take the fastest lap. You'll see the top 7 have cleared off from the rest of the field. 2.3 seconds between Paul Aron in 1st and Kiddle Small in 7th place. We've got our championship protagonists in this one, including the likes of Gabriele Mini, who's on 51 points. Paul Aron is on 44 points. Then we have in 3rd place now Kayaski in 37, Gabriel Bortoletto is 36, Delano Danhoff as 35. So if we finish now, if the checkered flag was to go out right at this point, Paul Aron would take 25 points, 20 points would go the way of Gabriel Bortoletto, 16 points would go the way of Luca Griggs, 13 points would go to Hadrian David, 11 to Gabriele Mini, and then 10 points would go to Kayaski. So it would see, I think, definitely some changes in the championship. There's only 7 points between Aron and Mini, and at the moment Aron's going to take 25 points. Even if Gabriele Mini is to finish in 2nd place, I believe there'd still be a change in the championship standings. So no, in fact no, there wouldn't. There'd only be 2 points between them. But if Gabriele Mini is to finish 3rd, then Paul Aron would leave the championship leader. So it is incredibly close as they head into the left-hander through now the right. Here we have a look down the field. I'm going to go through some of the rest of the order. Zach O'Sullivan, he felt confident coming into this, and so he should be. 43.932. He's up 7 places into 9th place is Zach O'Sullivan, going along very well at the moment. Paul Aron leads the way. Gabriel Bortoletto is 2nd. Luca Griggs is 3rd. Hadrian David is 4th. Gabriele Mini is 5th. Kayaski is 6th. Kiddle Small is 7th. Delano Van Hoff 8th. Zach O'Sullivan 9th. Josh Dufek is 10th. So we got one German in the top 10. Half German in Josh Dufek. He is flying the flag for the crowd at the moment. Then it's Francesco Pizzi, Lawrence Van Hopen, Lorenzo Fluxa, Dino Begnovic. Then we have Sebastian Ojard, Marcus Armand. Alex Dunn is up 5 places to 18th. Then it's Loris Cabaru and Taylor Barnard. We are fastly approaching half race distance, and here is the battle for 4th place now. Gabriele Mini versus Hadrian David. Gabriele Mini will take the extra 2 points if he can get through here. So for him, this is a pretty big deal. He'd want to get this place from Hadrian David. get that extra 2 points, that would leave him with 13 points. Aron would take 25, leaving a 12-point difference, of course. So there is big differences between the points, just like you see at the very top of the motorsport ladder. That's how we do it at the top of the karting ladder as well. These are the best drivers in the world. Round 3 of the FIA Karting European Championship. Thanks for joining us. This is the third round from Ampfing in Germany. After this, we have just the 1 round to go at SA in France on the 5th of August, where the title will be decided. And as it stands, Paul Aron will head to that as the championship leader, having taken 2 wins in the title. Oh, but a challenge for second. Luca Griggs bids to go second and takes it. Fantastic move there from Luca Griggs. Got the run down the start-finish straight and went down the inside of the Brazilian Gabriel Bortoleto. Luca Griggs into the race lead then. Behind Hadrian David is closing in on the pair of them, and he's not alone. He's got Gabriele Mini for company. Kittle Small has dropped away from this battle, as has Kai Aski and Delano Van Hoff, and Zach O'Sullivan has actually closed those guys in. So Zach O'Sullivan now battling with Delano Van Hoff for 8th place. Down the start finish straight, that's now 10 laps completed. So we're next time around we'll be on half race distance. So that is Zach O'Sullivan, we briefly saw chasing down Delano Van Hoff. New fastest lap goes to Luca Griggs. Right, this has just made things very interesting indeed. Luca Griggs has now gone fastest. So is this the start of Luca Griggs chasing down Paul Aron? Because if Griggs was to catch Aron, then that could potentially make it a 5-way battle should the rest hang on to him. Tell you what, Kittle Small isn't doing a bad job. He's broken clear of Kai Aski. Aski is on his own in 7th place, and then Delano Van Hoff is the one under pressure next with Zach O'Sullivan. Behind that, Josh Dufek is trying to close in, but he's got the company of Francesco Pizzi as they head through turn 1, 2 and 3. Gap is 1 second, so Paul Aron responding on the last lap there to extend his lead to 1 second. So Griggs, after he set the fastest lap, Aron was certainly given the hurry up there from the sidelines, and Aron now back into a comfortable lead. This is how karting goes sometimes. It swings and roundabouts. One driver, 1 lap, you'll close in by 2/10, and then the next lap, you'll fall back by 2/10, and it almost knocks the confidence completely out of you. It's trying to keep going, trying to keep that consistency up, trying to keep that gap coming down, even if it's only minimal. But there goes Gabriele Mini down the inside of Hadrian David. Well, he's got a championship to fight for here. And Gabriele Mini goes down the inside of Hadrian David, who's essentially out of play in terms of the championship. 2 rounds with no points on the board. Gabriele Mini did not want to see any more of the Frenchman. Straight down the inside, and Gabriele Mini is now going after the Brazilian Gabriel Bortoleto. Fantastic stuff there from Gabriele Mini now as they head down towards the last corner on lap number 13 of 22. And look how much he's breaking clear already. He just gave a very comfortable push signal there to Hadrian David as they went across the line, just to say, follow me, mate. Let's get after these guys. Down towards the left-hander now. Gabriele Mini is pulling away from Hadrian David. His gap to Gabriel Bortoleto is 0.6 of a second. This man, the Estonian Paul Aron, leads by over 1 second now. He's just done a new fastest lap, 43.7. Luca Griggs pretty much matching him for pace, and as a result of that, Luca Griggs is pulling away from Gabriel Bortoleto as they head over the chicane and down towards the final corner. Aron is going to go now onto lap 15 with a comfortable lead. He's only got 7 laps remaining at the moment. All is looking good for Aron as he was going even quicker on his last lap. I wonder if he actually set another new fastest lap at the completion of lap number 13. We'll wait to find out. Yes, he did. 43.733 for Paul Aron last time they came across the line. He's cruising clear from the rest of the field, and he just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Believe me, this is a physically demanding track. I can't say that from driving experience, but I've heard enough people say it this weekend. But Paul Aron, don't forget, these guys at the tender ages of just 12 to 14 make it look so easy, travelling at such high speeds as well. And it's almost as if they are just cruising around at about 10 mile an hour. Minimal input on the steering wheel. It looks easy, but believe me, they are working hard. Some people saying the easier it looks, the faster you're going. Luca Griggs there has just gone personal best in second place. Gabriel Bortoletto just doesn't have the legs to stay with him at the moment as they head across the line there, as they head down the back straight, towards the chicane. This is a very tricky chicane. You've got to be careful of the little barriers that are sticking up on the exit through the middle of that chicane. On the curb, of that chicane, because if you hit those, you could get a penalty. In the background, we have a good battle going on, and here it is. Delano Van Hoff and Zach O'Sullivan all race. These two have been neck and neck. Zach O'Sullivan, though, has just not been able to get past the Dutch driver, Delano Van Hoff. Zach O'Sullivan is up 7 places in this. Delano Van Hoff up 4. The only problem is by the time they got there, it was just a little bit too late. Now round the turn at number 8 they go. David is starting to fall away here. He's dropped into the clutches very quickly of Kiddle Small, and Gabriele Mini is doing the opposite. He is closing in on a potential podium finish, the Italian. He's not far behind the Brazilian now. Is Gabriele Mini. I'll bring you the exact gap when I can as we go on to lap number 18 of 22. There's the race leader, Paul Aron. It's been a comfortable race. It's not been the passing race that some would have expected. I thought that we would have seen multiple lead changes in this one, but as we heard drivers say on the grid, the best driver will win at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure it was Paul Aron who said that, funnily enough. And now he is the one leading the way by 1.3 seconds. So Paul Aron tells us the best driver will win. And funnily enough, he's leading the race by over a second. You've got to find that just a little bit funny, haven't you? It's such confidence from a driver so young. And but yet, of course, Paul Aron challenging for a title, and that would only add to the number of championships that Ricky Flynn Motorsport have from this series as they head now round turn number 7 up towards turn 8. Hadrian David is trying to hold on to a top 5 finish here, but Kiddle Small wants to change that. The main focus is going to be for the battle for third, in my opinion, Gabriel Bortoletto versus Gabriele Mini, because those two are battling for the last place on the podium. However, the gap just doesn't look like it's close enough with only 3 laps remaining. A little look over the shoulder there from Hadrian David. Kiddle Small is getting closer. He's perhaps just waiting for an opportunity to open up here. I don't think he wants to force the issue as such. He knows he's got a gap behind him. He's not exactly got the time to go and catch Gabriele Mini in 4th, so he may as well just sit tight and wait for that opportunity to present himself, and then if we get to the final lap and he still isn't through, then really go for it. Aron is about to go on to the penultimate lap of the final, and his lead is 1.2 seconds. Luca Griggs has held a good gap to him, but Paul Aron has, I think, just controlled this race. Anytime Griggs has closed in, he's re-extended his lead and set a fastest lap, and I think as a result of that, Griggs has just settled for second place here. Bortoletto likewise in 3rd place as they head now round the left-hander. Are we going to see any changes? Kiddle Small there still battling away with Hadrian David for 4th place, but I'm not too sure if they're going to have enough time to make any moves here. Kiddle Small is very quickly running out of time as they come over the chicane and down towards the last corner for the penultimate time. Last lap board has gone out to Paul Aron. Round the first corner he goes for the final time. Paul Aron has driven an absolutely superb race as he goes into the left-hander. The top three are away and clear from the rest of the field, but Kittle Small is all over the back of Hadri and David. As I look out the window, are we going to see any changes in that battle for fourth place? Just waiting for them to come into my view. Yes, there is. Kittle Small is into fourth place right at the end of the race. Kittle Small into fourth place. But out front, just like he did at round one, Paul Aron dominates on track in the final. Paul Aron wins his second race of the year as he comes across the line. And is that the championship for Paul Aron? You wonder. It's going to still be close going into the last round. But Paul Aron has just stamped his authority on this championship, and it's going to be hard to take away from him going into the final round. Across the line, Luca Griggs took second place. Gabriel Bortoletto was third. Kittle Small took fourth place from Hadrian David at the end of the race there. So David has to settle for fifth. Sixth place is Kai Askey. Seventh is Zach O'Sullivan. He got past Delano Vanhoff right at the end of the race. Seventh place for him, gaining 9 places in total. Delano Vanhoff was 8th. Josh Dufek was 9th. Francesco Pizzi was 10th. Lawrence Van Hopen 11th. Lorenzo Fluxo was 12th. Sebastian Ojar was 13th. Dino Beganovic was 14th. Gabriele Mini finished in 15th place. So I'm not too sure what happened to Gabriele Mini there on the last lap. But that's why Kittle Small was 4th place. Well, apologies for the brief silence, but I'm just trying to find out. Apparently Gabriele Mini picked up a problem coming down the straight.